50 successful graduates who have graduated from this program, who are in a vibrant alumni, very active professional body, the biggest of its kind anywhere in Africa. And it's still growing because that alumni group is going to be increased by another 100 just in a few days' time when the current class finish their exams and move into that network. So that's a huge network we are building. And the value of this program is not just in the knowledge and skills you are going to learn, it's beyond that. It's going to go into the lifetime mentorship, coaching, career planning, and placement opportunities that we provide, in addition to the network of professionals who are rising very fast in the FM industry in Nigeria and across the continent of Africa that you belong to, people you are going to meet and network with, people who are going to offer you jobs, people who are going to go into partnerships with you, people who are going to show you how to get things done, people who are going to open you to networks of vendors and other providers of different solutions that are supposed to be difficult solutions for you. You'll meet them all in the program, and that network will keep increasing. So in terms of what you are getting, it's not just 3 months of training. It's not just a comprehensive exam that gives you a credential. It's not just a certification that comes after you've earned your project, done your project, which are practical courses. It's not just the field trips, but it's a lifetime of professional development that you are signing up for today. So whatever token you've paid, the rest assured that the journey is just beginning. And so I want to tell you, welcome everyone. For those who, we opened this meeting up to everyone who have signed up, who have made their payments, and those who have been sitting on the fence, not too sure whether they should do it or not. So we're making this open, open session. Just to give you a hint, you get to meet our facilitators, you get to meet some of the students, you get to go through some of the content you'll be covering, you get to learn about our learning management portal, how it works, and listen to all the questions and answers. Some of the questions you probably have that is probably holding you back from stepping up or taking this initiative to move up your career, you'll have them resolved today. So if you still have people out there who have discussed with you one way or the other about the FM Mastercraft, this is a chance for you to invite them in here. You can send them WhatsApp messages right now and get them on board this session. We just have 100 seats in this session. And so we expect that it's all going to be taken up. So chat up your friends and colleagues and tell them the session is live, is going on now, and get them all in here. But I can assure you, just like Ms. Baraka said a while ago, this is it. This is FM. Whatever you know as FM before you got here, you are going to have a lot of bubbles busted throughout this program. You're going to have a lot of new knowledge. You're going to have your eyes opened and enlightened in ways you never thought possible. And for those of you who are very experienced, who probably think, oh, well, this is just a beginner's program. From class 1 to class 2 to class 3, just a few sessions. I want to hear from you what your thoughts are regarding the content and delivery you're having on this program. And for everyone who are on this course, we have surveys, we have feedback. We make it better every year, and we need your honest feedback on an ongoing basis, because it's your feedback that, that plants the seed for future improvement for us. We're looking forward to them as well. There are so many processes you are going to hear about. I will just ask you, if this is the only thing I tell you today, to please take every directive seriously. This is a formal program. It is not an informal program. It's not one of those training you can just go to 2 days, 3 days, come home and get a certificate. No, it is formal. It's a credential. It's going to earn you a designation. You are going to become whatever your name is, FMD, right? So it's a designation. It's not something that you can just, pick up because you paid, and I need to assure you too again that your fees is for tuition, which is for teaching. Certificates are earned. There are procedures, there are processes, there are steps you must take, there are things you must do to earn the certificate. That I have paid for the tuition does not entitle me to the certificate. I'm sure we all understand that part. So please pay attention and take notes with every session that we go through. And please ask questions. And I hope you're going to have a lot of questions today in the question and answer session that we're going to have. Thank you very much. Over to you, Baraka.
Thank you so much, sir, for that beautiful welcome address. I think just not to take much of our time because we have just 2 hours for this session. We want to go to the next thing on the agenda, which is introduction of our faculty members. So I'll call upon each of the faculty members present here to go ahead to give us a brief introduction of the courses we'll be taking. Okay.
Introduction of themselves, a little bit of their background before they go into the courses they'll be taking, please. The faculty members will introduce themselves, their background,
Yes,
like
sir.
some experience, and then the courses they'll be covering, okay? 3 things.
Yes, sir. Okay, yes, that's
Thank
okay,
you.
sir. Okay, so first on my list here, I'll call on architect OCAB. Please, over to you, sir.
Okay, good evening all. Name is Osuyegbia here. I'm an architect by training, and I've been practicing architecture for quite some time now, for over 20 years. I'll be taking some courses here. I'll be looking at the building fabric and structural maintenance. That course will encapsulate the makeup of a structure, a building. As a facility manager, you're expected to know what or understand in itself the building or the element that you're managing itself. So that course will help you go through that to give you a full understanding of different elements of the building and how to also maintain the different parts of the building fabric. We also look at space planning and move management. Space planning and move management, we'll take that also, and this will be looking at different spaces and how the functionality of the space interplay with the way the space is being managed and how people interact with that space. And also look at move management, which is actually a core facility management role to manage all the elements that have to do with relocation and the intricacies that are part of that. We also look at facility project management, and then we'll look at how, as a facility manager, you're expected to undergo several projects, however small projects that may come up within the facility and the facility you manage. And the aim of that course is to help you have a structured way of managing this project as it comes, so that you'll be able to have that in a very good format, so that when you have a bigger project, you know how to go about the whole of that element. And I trust that the time we'll have together in this course will be a very, very good time. And we are trust to, it's like our principal said, you are sure to have a good time. You are having a certificate that you can boast of. Some of the things that you might have probably learned, you have a time to unlearn them and learn new ones. And it will be a very eye-opening interactive sections that we're going to have. And thank you very much. I'm sure that you gain so much. Again, I want to just say congratulations and welcome on board. God bless you.
All right, thank you very much, Architect Osi, for that introduction from you. Okay, the next on the list here is Engineer Ejimu. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, all. Good evening. Like I said, there are facility managers and there are facility managers. So before I start, my name is Engineer Odibo Ejirogene. I'm an HVAC engineer turned facility manager also. I find interest in facility management. If you look at our society, we have a lot of decays. The only places you see facility management having fruit, producing results, seems to be the private sector or companies that value facility management. When you go to public sector, you see a lot of decays taking place. Maybe in time to come, that will be changed. So I'll be taking you on HVAC maintenance. HVAC maintenance. When you go to VI, you go to the luxurious environment, hotel, go to some nice places. What make that place? What set it apart? is the air conditioning system that is within the building. How do you turn this HVAC into something that has to value to yourself, to your company? How are you going to handle the maintenance plan? How are you going to calculate the heat load required to select air conditioning system required within that area? What strategy will you adopt using the people that install or using people that you know can maintain the equipment in order to reduce budget? What are the things you need to look at when you are talking about HVAC maintenance, the filter, you look at the compressor, what impact does electricity have on our compressors? Because if the lights are not sufficient, then your AC will not function well. And you know that can have direct impact on the incomes that come to your company. So as an FM, you'll be well trained on what you need to do and the strategy you need to put in place to ensure you have smooth running operation. Like I said again, value is what make you different from others. Every other person might call themselves facility managers, but what value are you bringing on board? And I can tell you, Max-Migold students have set different pace everywhere they go. So you can be one. So I think that should be enough for me. Then we meet in class. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Engineer Ijiro Dibo. Again, just to give you some level of comfort, in this training, we'll be meeting with seasoned experts in the field of facilities management. So whatever the things that you're looking for, they're definitely getting it here. Okay, just to call on the next person on my list, Mr. Abel, what do you say?
Sorry, is it Abel Adejiura?
Okay, Mr. Abel, are you there?
Is it Abel Adejiura?
No, Abel.
Okay.
Abel, you're already
Abel.
facilitator.
Abel is here. Thank you
Okay,
for the
yes.
opportunity, Barakat. Thank you, faculties. Thank you, Mr. Paul, the MD. I'll be taking building electrical system maintenance. I'm an electrical engineer by training. I've had over 15 years of facility management. So I can assure you, you are going to enjoy and benefit from this class. So part of the things you need to know as a facility manager is how to cut down costs. So if you manage your electrical system, whatever you put in place, AC, elevator, all manner of things, without a good electricity, without a proper maintenance of those equipment, you will be wasting money. You'll be running at a loss. If you pay attention to your electrical energy, the way you generate, the way you distribute, and the way you utilize, you are going to be saving a whole lot of money. For example, many big edifices on the island or wherever, after building, they will put a very big size of generator, like 500 kV, whereas you don't need such generator size in that facility. So if you pay attention to the loading, how much load is required at every point, off-peak and peak period, you're able to know the exact size that you need, not as built, but what is obtainable at the moment. So in that case, you're able to save a whole lot of money in terms of running your generator, burning out of diesel, and maintenance. Also, you pay attention to what you are generating. Are you generating with right parameters like frequency, the voltage, the output voltage, the current that is being drawn? Are they accurate? If they are not, you are going to be running at a loss. All of these, you are going to be taught in class and expose you to them practically so that you will know how to handle your building efficiently. And I want you to know that about 70 or 80% of your running cost is electricity, energy cost. So if you're able to call down these excesses, you're able to do what you are meant to do and pay attention to details, you'll be able to save costs at the end of the day, because facility management is about bringing value to the facility more than when you met it. So more of this you are going to be seeing in class. So I want to assure you that you are in the right place with the right people that will lead you to what you want to achieve. Welcome on board, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Abel Uribe, for that beautiful introduction. Next on my list, I'll call on Engineer Emmanuel Akiola. Over to you, sir. Engineer Emmanuel Akiola.
Good evening, Barack.
Yeah,
Are you
good
confirmed
evening,
you can
sir.
hear me, please?
Yes, loud and clear, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Engineer Emmanuel, your video is not on.
What about now, Mr. Paul?
Okay, yes, it's on now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. My name is Akiola Emmanuel, and I welcome everybody to Max-Migold. And I can authoritatively tell you that you have chosen the right place, and the facilitators that will be taking you all together have decades of numbers of years of experience. And I can assure you that you're actually going to enjoy every facilitator that we are going to be coming across. For this section of class, I'll be taking you on asset management, facility condition assessment, water treatment plant, plumbing, and sewage treatment plant. And I will just only say some few ones, but by the time we meet in class, we'll be able to go in depth. Asset is very, very key, and I try as much as possible to like tell my
Okay, Engineer Emmanuel, are you there? I think Engineer Emmanuel has network issue. So while we wait for him to join the call on Mr. Eniobo Charles, give us his introduction. Charles, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
All right, good evening all. You're all welcome to this class. My name is Iniobong Charles. I am an industrial chemist by training, and that's very, very kind of funny that I found myself in facilities management, which is very, very far from industrial chemistry, and that has helped us to like change the minds of a lot of people that feel that facilities management is only for those with technical qualification like engineers and all that. So I've been in facilities management for like over 11 years. I started with the brewery, the Aba brewery, then moved to Shell, and then back to Lagos with Max-Migold as the GM operations and then performance management. So you are in the right place, because we'll try to do as much as possible to ensure that you get to understand what facilities management is all about. You know, when we say facilities management, a lot of people just think is the people that are involved in repairs of tap and all that. It goes beyond that, because in one of the courses I will be taking, you will learn about strategies in facilities management. That is facilities maintenance strategy. Like after you must have identify all the assets in your facility, the next thing that you need to do is to categorize the assets into the different maintenance strategy. And when you are thinking of maintenance strategy, you are also looking at the bottom line of your organization. You are also looking at where the organization is going in terms of budget. So that will help you to know where to categorize a particular facility so that to obtain optimum functionality of that facility, and also taking into consideration the cost effect of that strategy you are deploying. I'm also going to look at planning and records. You know, it's very important that when you are carrying out facilities management, you must have enough records, you know, to back what you are doing, because it's from the records that you can prove to your client or to your customer or to your management that you are actually working. But if you don't have good record keeping, then you will have a problem. In fact, you have a problem sometimes you find it difficult to even claim warranty on your assets. So we are going to look at that. We are going to look at the various ways of documentation and, you know, the documents that are very important in our facility. And we're also going to look at facility quality management in facilities management, quality management in facilities management, as in what is quality to us as facilities manager? What do we consider as quality? You know, sometimes we do the job and just go away without considering the customer requirements of that job. So we'll look at, you know, quality in terms of customer requirements. We look at quality in terms of procedures. We look at quality in terms of outputs. These are different ways to look at quality in facilities management. So we'll do all this so that by the end of this course, you will be a rounded facilities manager that's able to, you know, handle your business and handle it very well. I just want to tell you that you are in the right place, and with the facilitators, we are going to try as much as possible to make this thing not just like theory, but, you know, practical, something that by the time you finish your first 2 weeks, you'll be able, your nomenclature, your language will change. You begin to speak and talk like, you know, a professional. Thank you. Back to you, Barakat.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Charles, for that introduction. Next, we'll have Engineer Emmanuel to complete his introduction. Yes, sir.
Okay, Barakas, confirm you can hear me clearly, please.
Yes, I hear you now, sir.
Sorry for that bit of pitch. I hope my video is showing.
Yes, sir. Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, once again, let me start over again. My name is Engineer Emmanuel. By and large, I should be talking about over 23 years of experience, both in facility management, maintenance and reliability, water engineering, and general consultancy. For this section, I will be taking us on asset management, facility condition assessment, water treatment plants, plumbing, and sewage treatment plants. And like I earlier said, Max-Migold is never a wrong choice for you. You have made the right choice. And I can assure you, at the end of the training, you will have every reason to recommend Max-Migold somewhere else to all your colleagues. In Max-Migold, we build people, and we can be proud of it that all our students are excelling outside there as far as facility management is concerned. And in asset management, why do you take a close cognizance of your asset? One, because you don't want to have what is referred to as a ghost asset, because at the end of the day, when you are doing your budgeting, you're actually budgeting for an asset that is not physically present within your facility. Then the other advantage of you taking cognizance of your facility is that gives you the opportunity to understand what you're actually having in your portfolio. You know the condition of every of your assets. You know the location where they are being located. You know what you can derive from there as per time. For likely you have a 200 kV generator in Abuja within your facility, and you need a 200 kV generator here in Lagos, and you know that the generator over there is underutilized. You can swap and make sure that your asset register goes along when you are making your swap. And one of the other advantage you stand to gain is it helps you to maintain your asset register. And with your asset register, you can easily deduce, you can easily give a detailed information about the current status of your assets you can even easily predict the number of years that the asset will also last you. And when you're talking about facility condition assessment, why do you need condition assessment? Because you don't want to take liability. You want to know what exactly are the current problem or the assets you are taking over, the current problem of the building you are taking over. What is the current problem of the transportation system in terms of walkways, staircase, your lift? Then you want to know what is happening in terms of the building envelope. What is the condition of the foundational structure? What is the condition of the electrical system, mechanical system, the HVAC? What is the condition of the roofing system? What is the condition of the plumbing system? With this, you'll be able to know how you prioritize, how you can carry out your repair, or possibly if you want to go into a capital intensive kind of a repair, you'll be able to prioritize, you'll be able to estimate, you'll be able to gather information that will help you to determine what are the current OPEX costs, which is your capital or expenditure, or your OPEX, which is your operating expenditure. What are the required costs that you need to start envisaging? Then, how do you prioritize your repair? Which repair do you need to attend to first? Which one do you need to defer? Some you need to defer them as a result of maybe finance, and some you may need to defer them as a result of because of priority. And when you're talking about water, every facility management, the sources of every facility is availability of water. And that's why I mostly said water is synonymous to blood. For every sources of facility, you need water. Without water, you can't run a successful facility. And that's the reason why
Engineer Emmanuel, not everybody in this class have paid, though. You're almost finishing the lesson.
Maybe because of all we have said so far, a lot of people, a greater percentage of students can still change their mind and make their payment before 12 o'clock today. I'm so sure of that. So you talk about waste treatment plant. Why do you need a waste treatment plant in your facility? Because you are considering litigation. You don't want to run into safety commission penalty. Why do you want to have sewage treatment plant? You don't want to waste money in terms of evacuation. Then in plumbing system, majority of us that are facility manager, we are facing a huge lot of problem when it's come to plumbing within our facility. Either you have water leakage today, you have a pipe burst tomorrow, you have your pump that is breaking down, you have your water heater that is down. And these are all areas we shall be discussing by the time we meet, either physically or virtually in class. Once again, my name is Engineer Akinola Emmanuel. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you very much, Engineer Emmanuel.
Thank you, my MD, for quickly letting me know that I'm almost giving a free training.
Well done, well done. Thank you so much. We're always excited to hear from you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Engineer Emmanuel Akinola. Okay, next on my list, I'll call on Mr. Wob Semudiame. Over to you. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Obu Samudame. First off, let me welcome you all to the orientation and by extension, the training. I'm sure you know already that you are in the right place because judging from what you've heard so far, you can tell the caliber of facilitators that we have here. My name is Obu Samudame. For short, I would be taking you human resource and procurement and contracts. You probably may have heard that facility management integrates people, place, and technology, for efficiency, productivity, comfort, safety. Like I said, I'll be taking you HRO. I mean, if people is an important variable of the entire spectrum of facility management, that tells you how important it is for you to understand people management while running your facility. So I will take you on human resource. I would also take you on procurement because, I mean, the entire value chain of facility management revolves around procurement because you would have to procure service. And even within the FM company, it's also a very vital process that you have to understand. So we'll look at procurement and contract as well. So I'll just stop there. Let me not say too much about the content, but I'll see you in class. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Owobu, for that introduction. Next on my list, I'll call on Mr. Udwa Kudo. Are you there? Over to you, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Please kindly confirm if I'm audible.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you very much, Barakat. Once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's orientation session. My name is Udwa Kudo, and I'm an industrial maintenance engineer by qualification in options with fire safety engineering and operations engineering too. And I'll be taking the class on design, build, and commissioning. So basically, it's always about we going back to the roots of facilities management. It's more than just the building alone. It's the way I classify it, I call it the 3 Ps and 1 T. That is the place, the process, the people, and also technology. So we'll be seeing how we could integrate all these factions together as facilities managers, because we'll be diving more into projects, and we'll be seeing how we could always initiate projects, how we would always execute projects, how we can effectively complete a project down to the handover stage, and also there in facilities management company or a manager comes in to handle that particular facility. So we'll be talking more about the development cycle, what it entails, and how we could always eradicate the mindset of our traditional method of handling facilities up to the modernized way of doing it. And this would always initiate how we could always know more as facilities managers. So the course program is more than just classes. Just like it's where we would say it's a Masterclass program, right? And a masterclass is always more of a business orientational class, wherein we don't just discuss about course modules, but we'll talk about study case scenarios and real-time experience on the field, where we would always dig on what are the causal effects, what are the rectification pathways, and how we could always improve our processes on site. So we'll be diving more about we being operational ready on site. And that's why I always try to do this acronym of the ABOTS. As facilities managers, it's always good for us to be effective on our skills. The A, the administrative skill, the business skills, the operational skills, the technical skills, and the sustainability skills. So we'll be seeing a lot of how we could always improve our skills as facilities managers when operating projects, when running facilities, and also when effectively communicating with stakeholders for them to know our point. Most times you see facilities managers are always brought in at the end of project. They are not always involved at the early stage of the project. This is a no-no for real-time facilities managers, those who really know their work. Because of as facilities managers, we act not just putting the input, we also drive for it. And that is always important at the early stage of every project, so that will be always be carried along on every aspect of it, down from the initiation stage down to the completion stage. And that's why it's always very important that we're taking programs like this that are always, at times we always think about the cost implications. Yeah, it's a bit high, but I'm certain that the value you get from this course program is something that you would always live on to tell others. And that's one thing about this program, the initiative from 7 years ago, led by Mr. Paul Erubami, impacting lives. And that's very the same place we're all driving out to, not just in Nigeria alone, not just in Africa alone, but also internationally, for our voice to be heard, creating awareness. And that's very important, that we're putting our mind, our efforts, our time, and we'll surely get the very benefits from this course program. So I'll be taking you guys on design, build, and technology and commissioning, and then we'll see how we could effectively integrate the 3 Ps and 1 T, the place, the people, the process, and also technology. So thank you very much once again. I really appreciate your time and effort joining this session. I would always meet in class.
Thank you very much, Mr. Udo Udwak, for that beautiful introduction. And next, I'll call on Mrs. Elizabeth Emipa. What's you, ma'am? Few females we have in the faculty. Over to you, Mrs. Elizabeth. Elizabeth, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. As mentioned earlier, my name is Elizabeth Emekpa, and I'll be taking you facility cleaning and hygiene. Okay, so yes, my background, I work as a facility manager and cluster manager as well too. So basically do both jobs together. And over the time, I've been able to have more experience on our facilities. What do we do? How to keep our facilities clean? What is it about cleaning? Is it just ensuring that we have custodians all around, or how do we even take care of these people? We're also going to be talking about training, okay? How do we train these people we have working with us? What are those things they need to do? What are those things they need to know for improvement, okay, for understanding, for learning, not because we want them to learn it, basically because we need the people who work with us to improve. We're also going to talk about hygiene. How do we take care of our health when we are cleaning? How do we ensure that we don't have contamination and we don't pass it to the people we love or the people we live with? How do we ensure that the chemical handlings, the materials we use during while carrying out our work are safe for us and safe for the environment? So we're going to be learning about that. We're going to be learning about cleaning. How do you start? What are those things you need to do? How do you select your equipment? There are some of us who are into cleaning, and we just have a lot of things, a lot of equipment, I'm going to say, that we do not use because we don't know how to use them. So what are those materials we need to look into while we are selecting our equipment? So we're going to talk about that as well too. We're going to talk about hazard, ergonomy in our workplace. How do we eliminate ergonomy in our workplace? So it's a all full pack lesson training, okay? And as other facilitators have also mentioned, we're in the right place. We're going to learn from each other. We're going to also help improve ourselves, which is the most important reasons why we are all here, for us to improve and become better person. I hope to see you all in class, and also hope we get more referrals as well to enjoy this beautiful training we're about to start. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Madam Elizabeth, for that introduction. Okay, next I'll call on Mrs. Faith Ekiyoyo for introduction. Here.
Yes, I'm here. Is my audio good?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Faith Ekiyoyo. I'm one of the facilitators in this batch of FMMC. I'll be taking us on customer service and stakeholders communication in FM. My background is in biomedical engineering and also petroleum engineering. So I was able to find a bridge between biomedical engineering and petroleum engineering. That was actually difficult for me until I decided to take up facility management. So based on my background, I've had the opportunity to work as service advisor in the automobile industry, and that would actually help in delivering this course. So I'll be taking us to understand customer service in its fullness when it comes to facility management. We'll be able to identify our customers. We'll be able to also understand the things that we need to do to make our jobs effective when it comes to our customers. We learn how to use customer feedback tools. We would understand how to use customer service also, and the things we need to do and not to do while using customer service. We would also understand the elements of customer service and most importantly, communication techniques, which is key when it comes to customer service. We would also be able to understand stakeholders communication. We know in FM, people is the central thing that we actually focus on. knowing that when we actually focus on people rather than things, it's easy for us to achieve our goals as facility managers. So we understand the challenges we can face as facility managers and web pages we could use to make our work effectively, and also the FM monthly reports and several other things we'll be learning during the course. So see you in class.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Ekioyo, for that introduction. While we are still waiting for some of the faculty members to join the call, I think we'll just move on to the next line item on the agenda, which is introduction of students. So that we don't take.
We'll move that to the last part.
Okay, sir. Okay, so next I'll just proceed to what we have today, which is introduction to the facility management Mastercraft training program. I'd like to just want to share. My screen is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. For everyone who has enrolled for this program, again, I want to say a special thank you and congratulations to you for enrolling to this program. Basically, what the Facility Management Mastercraft program is all about is that it's going to equip aspiring facility managers or even professional facility managers with the right skills, tools and templates to enable them to deliver effective FM services. So in this training, over the years, a lot of facility managers have taken this training and they're performing right in the outside world there. So basically for the training, it has some series of information you need to know so that you're not just caught unaware. So, and that's why we have decided to organize this orientation session for you so that you can understand and, well informed about the task ahead of you in this program. Okay. So in the course of this Facility Management Mastercraft program, it's a 3 to 6 months program. Students will undergo 3 months of classroom learning. If you have indicated interest in the virtual class, you would go classes for 3 months, which okay, sorry about that. Okay, so for people who have indicated interest in the virtual class, classes would hold on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But for the physical class option, classes would hold on Saturdays consecutively for three months. During this 3-month classes, we also have opportunities to go for practical field trips where you'll be able to how do I say, connect whatever you have been taught in the classroom in real life cases. So this is a training you are doing not just for doing sake to earn certificates. You are doing it because you want to see positive changes in yourself. Over the years, testimonials from our students can speak to the benefit of this program. But currently, over 750 professionals who have taken this facility management course, and so yours is not going to be an exception. If you are, for you to must have enrolled into this program, you need to put in your mind and all that it takes for you to excel at the end of the day. Don't just say, oh, I just want the certificate after all. No, this is a training that I would even encourage that you don't even miss a class, because I'm sure you've all heard from our faculty members what you're about to learn. So don't even have the mindset of, oh no, I just want the certificate and that's all. No. Be involved and engage actively in every class sessions that we hold. So basically for the facility management program, the course of this training, you'll be undergoing a series of courses, like I mentioned earlier, that involves both practical and theoretical classes. Over 30 course modules treated. Over 30 course modules will be treated, which have been listed in a slide here, ranging from the foundation of the facility management itself. We have people who are trying to transit into another career, so there's need for us to establish the foundation. You need to know everything about facilities management and all that it entails. In these 30 course modules, there are a series of activities that have been specified for each course module. But that I will also discuss as we progress in this session. So here are the list of the 30 course modules we are going to course, ranging from FM career. You need to understand better how the facility management career is, the business case presentation, how you can successfully defend and present your proposal to the management, human resources management, how to make strategic facility planning for your organization, financial management, quality management, amongst others. All of these are here. And also, you can, if you have received your onboarding document, you will see that the course, the course schedule has been stated there for you for your reference. So if you have also received your onboarding document, you can always reference back to schedule to confirm all of this course outline. Okay, for our methodology, the facilitator-led classroom presentation, discussion, practical site visit, like I mentioned earlier, and also using live examples to discuss in class. Usually we have some students who come to class, okay, maybe they have issues in their facility. They bring it to class where the facilitator will provide solutions to it. To me, I tell them that these are consultation services we are getting free of charge. So for everyone who has enrolled into this program, again, I just want to give you some level of comfort that you rest assured that everything facilities management you are getting is there. And it will only happen if you open your mind to this program. I understand that we're facility managers, we work around the management, we are always busy and the likes. But for this training, you need to dedicate your time and be focused. Even for those who are in virtual class, just dedicating 3 times in a week for this training is not too much. At the end, you definitely get reward for every investment you put into it. So nothing is going to waste. Whatever time you are putting into this program, you definitely see the reward. Like I said earlier, that our facilitators are also seeing experts in their respective field. We have FM professionals with years of experience and certifications who will be facilitating the course for us. So be rest assured, we are going to meet them in class. And even beyond after the class, like Jamie said earlier, that we also have the mentorship program that goes beyond after the 3-month program. So you definitely see the benefit of having all these expertise around you. Okay, my next slide. Okay, I think I mentioned this earlier that this program will run for 3 months of classroom training. 3 months. So all things being equal, we expect that by July, August, we are done with this program. So just to recommend to you or to encourage you that for the next 3 months, please dedicate time for this program as required. You've paid for this training, and there's need for you to also make time for yourself. You understand that work can be very tedious at times, but also not missing out class sessions. Really but testimonials from our past students speaking for us right now. So yours will not be an exception, whether that you put in your mind into this program. Like I said earlier, that virtual classes will hold on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the evening, while the physical classes hold on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at our Unilab Training Center. All of these details have also been highlighted in your onboarding document sent to you. But just for the case of people who have not reviewed it, that's why we are still bringing it up here so that you are well informed and prepare adequately for each of your class sessions. Also, for those who have indicated interest in the physical class, they are also entitled to attend the virtual classes at no extra cost. So, for instance, if there are cases whereby physical students will not be able to attend a particular class, physical class, he or she can join the virtual classes during the week to cover all. The reason being that we want you to participate actively in the course of this program. I will be glad at the end of the day for every effort to put into it. Okay, for the stated outcome of this training, at the end of this training, participants will gain in-depth knowledge of facilities management. This is already established. So even if you are new into FM, when you're just trying to transit or you're a professional, gain that in-depth knowledge at the end of the day. For somebody who is trying to advance his career in facilities management industry, this is a training you need to lay your hands on. If you look around us today, facility management is not treated as an undergraduate course in most universities. We have people who are working as facility managers, but they do not even have certification to back up this. So they say, oh, I have experience. So what difference are you going to make after this program? There are a lot of values you'll be adding to your organization. So I just wanted to put in mind, give all your best into this program, and you'll be glad at the end of the day. For our certificates, at the end of the day, you get the FMD credential, like the MD said earlier, that will be added as a suffix to your name, which is an international trademark for anyone who has completed the facility management diploma course. Our certificate is also internationally recognized within the facility management industry. We have our students who are working as facility managers in Nigeria and even beyond. Even over the years, we've had students outside the shores of Nigeria that have taken this training, and they are doing fine in their respective field of choice. So for anyone again in this program, with any certificate that is recognized by this listed body, that's OCTAN, the Oil and Gas Traders Association in Nigeria. Also, we have the Center for Management Development by the Federal Government of Nigeria. Also, Nigeria Institute of Training and Development, amongst others. So also as an added advantage for anybody who has done this training, you get inducted into the fast-growing facility management body, which is the AFMPN, Association of Facility Management Practitioners of Nigeria. So if you're into this program, get this opportunity to be inducted into this association, and you also get other benefits. So like most of the faculty people mentioned earlier, that this training is not just going to leave you after the 3 months you've done. The learning goes beyond just these 3 months. We are there for you anytime, any day. You can always come back to us to say you need something. And even our alumni body now, there's a mentorship program that's available for those who need. And this continuous engagement, lifetime long engagement is there for you, provided that you put in your mind into what is required in this training. Okay, so just this code of conduct, it's very important that you also let you know for every organization their code of conduct guidance. So for our training center, there are a few code of conduct that we indulge all participants or students to abide by at all times. So which one is treat your learners and staff with respect all the time. Needs to also respect the privacy of other staff. Respect other people's opinions and allow their expression. You need to switch off your mobile device when you're in class. For the virtual classes, you need to stay mute every time unless you are permitted to do otherwise. Because it's an online class, we want a situation whereby everyone can concentrate in class. If you're in a noisy place, please always ensure that your mic is muted so as not to distract other people. This is also another way you can respect other trainers' privacy. Okay, so if there is any challenge or any concern for you at any point in time, please can always feel free to reach out to the training department at any time so that we can attend to your concerns and what challenges you have at that point in time. Okay. Next on the slide, the practical session. This is a very key aspect of this training.
One second, Barakat. Let me just jump in quick on the class, class presentation or appearance that you talked about. For the virtual classes, there is a structure to the class. There is a 15-minute discussion before the facilitator takes on the lesson, and there's a 15-minute discussion at the end of the lesson. Now, during the 15 minutes at the beginning and the 15 minutes at the end, everyone is expected to turn on their videos. We cannot be ghosting in the class. You cannot be present by name and not be present in person in the class. It's against the rule of the class for you to not turn on your video. So being in a car, traveling back home from work, doing something in a factory or working on the road.
Somebody.
Please stay muted. Or walking on the road is not acceptable by any standard in this program, okay? Everyone in this, when it's time for your class, you come to class as a formal program. I said it before, it's not an informal or casual program, okay? So you need to be in a desk position the way I am right now for every class, Now you might have to learn how to use blurred background or virtual background so that your background may not show in the video. It's just your face we want to see. And be sure that you are not under a duvet or blanket, in the class, and you're able to participate, because you get a score for attending class. You cannot get that score if you don't have your face showing in the class. Okay, so please note that. And then we also want to network. We want to interact. We want to know who is talking, who is in the class, what the names of each person are. So you cannot have a device name as your name. You cannot have your wife's name. You borrow somebody's Zoom or something to join. You can't join the class. You wouldn't even be allowed into the class. The name you use to enroll into the program is the only name that can be allowed into the class. Okay, so for Wednesday, there's going to be an attendance list created for everybody, and it's only the names that are on that attendance list, right, that will be admitted into the class. So if you are trying to enter the class at 06054 or iPhone 17 Pro Max or whatever name that is not registered to this class, you will not be able to enter the class. So I just need to be clear on that. Your videos, it is compulsory. Get good internet, make sure you can see you clearly, and then put your name. Not one name. So we cannot have a name like Adora or Victor or Daniel, in the class. It's not going to be possible. You won't be allowed in. Okay, so you have to have your full name. My name is Daniel Adindu, for example. The two names that we registered with has to be on your Zoom name, okay? It's very important. All right, go on there, Baraka. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for that addition. Yes, that's also very important for us. Okay. So just to let's have an idea about what the practical session of field inspection is all about. Like I mentioned earlier, that in the course of this training, our 3 months of classes would also entails both the practical and theoretical class sessions. So it is very important that we go out for these field trips so that we can relate to whatever we've learned in class in real life cases. We understand that some people are actually new in this field, and so there is need for us to see these things that are being taught in class in real life cases, so that everything can assimilate better. So in the course of this training, we have field trips for students to attend. So whether you're in the virtual class or physical class, it's going to be an open session for everyone to attend physically. So if you're in the virtual class and you're in Lagos and you can make it to the venue, you can always attend the practical classes. Okay, so I also need to emphasize on assessment and assignment in the course of this program. Like the MD mentioned earlier, that it's a formal training, so it's not just a training you are doing to just want to have certification. There are criteria for you to earn the FMMC credential, and as such, that's why we organize this orientation session, so that you are well informed about it ahead of time and prepare for for the task ahead. So for each of the 30 course modules I mentioned earlier, there will be assessment and assignments for you to attend at the end of the day. So I'll also show us on how we can always download the assessment and attempt it as required in this course of this program. So like I mentioned earlier, that the criteria for every participant of this training before they are being awarded the FMG credential, of which one is the assessment. We have the assessment, we have the attendance, we have the exam, and we also have the project. There are 4 criteria that are involved for you to earn the FMG credential. So the assignments, I'll also just dwell more on it as we progress in the course of this session. But I just wanted to have the mindset that this is a formal training, and such you would attend to it as if you're in a formal classroom training. Okay, so for assignment and assessment, I'll show us how it's being graded. Assessment and assignment are being allocated about 30% of the overall 100 mark. So just know that you need to always do your assignments. Assignments will keep you engaged and will actually allow you make more research about whatever topic you learn. So you're not just going to, okay, I just have this thing to read. No, you also make more research at the end of the day when you have been given assessment to attempt. I'll also show us how we can always attempt our assessment and upload with LMS portal and every other thing that relates to this aspect. Okay, so for the examination, like I mentioned earlier, there's going to be an examination at the end of the 3-month training, so that just another way to assess your participation in the course of the training. Not just to scare you. I know a lot of us might say it's been a while I took an exam or something, but that's why I said that for the next 3 months, please dedicate your time well for this program. Definitely see the positive changes in yourself at the end of the day. So don't just say, I'm doing it half-minded. No, put in everything you have for it right now, so that at the end of the day, you can move on without any issues. Okay, so for the exam, I wouldn't want to just tell us about it, but there's going to be an exam at the end of the day, and there are pass mark for the exam. A pass mark for the exam that students need to at least meet up with. I think on my screen here, you can see that pass mark is actually 225 and 300 questions. And participants who at least scored 200 and did their assignment and assessment to be considered. So you can actually see the essence of your assignment and assessment here. So don't joke with your assignment for your assessment. They are one of the key assessments that will count for you in the long run. So don't, whatever thing you have been told to do because of this training, please do it as required, because it will eventually count for you in the long run. Okay. So the project, like I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a project at the end of the day, at the end of the 3-month training. Project is basically just to see how well you have assimilated the course of the program. Because FM is not just all about theory. There's need for you to actually practicalize some of these things you've learned in class. So that's why the internship or project is very key for you. Project is very key for you. So in the course of this training, you will undergoing a 6 project topic at the end of the 3-month classes. That will be after a period of 6 months. So usually, when you complete your 3-month program, you also carry out this mini project so that you can be able to, say, okay, this is what I've learned in class. Can I actually implement it in real life cases? In the course of this training, you will learn about asset management, how to document your asset register, asset disposal, and the likes. So another way the faculty can assess you, that's okay, let's see how you can generate your asset register. So we want you to be fully involved and actively participating in every task that you have been assigned in this program. So, and again, for anybody who is able to accomplish this project topic, rest assured, this is an accomplishment for you. If you look around you today, you realize that there are facility managers who are just, facility managers just because they have years of experience, but they do not have the proper documentation in place. So the difference you'll be making after this program is that you will work. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you.
You're loud and clear.
Okay, but is my screen up?
Yes, your screen is up.
Your screen is up.
You can share your screen again.
It just went off now, but our screen was on.
I hope it's open. Okay, yes. Thank you for that. So like I said, that the difference you'll be making after completing this program is that you'll be able to diligently carry out this project topic, having gone through the program. So usually we recommend that students use their own organization as a case study to carry out these six projects, and then submit back the same report to the organization. Most organizations do not even have some of this documentation in place. But the difference we want you to make at the end of this program is that you need to start thinking strategically. There should be a difference after you must have completed history. And one of these, which you should be able to work with all of these documents and be able to even generate one for your organization if your organization does not have any of this place already. Students who have been able to do this in the past have gotten accomplishments and recommendations from their bosses for doing this, because in years to come, some of these documents will reference to. So as a matter of fact, when you come to this program, we also want you to have the mindset of being able to add value to the organization. As a facility manager, I should be able to add value to your organization. And so when you're being able to carry out these projects for your topic, for your organization rather, this is an accomplishment I think you of yourself should praise yourself for. So project is also one of the criteria for you to earn FMD credential because of this program. Attendance, again, I need to also emphasize on attendance. Attendance is very key. Attendance is going to be graded for each class session, and that is why it is very important that you log in with your full name as registered class data for. So if you are Adora Benemo, ensure that your name reflects in that manner when you're logging to class. If, for instance, your name is Adefemi Olaoluwa, coming as Adefemi, there are many Adefemis in class, but how then do we know which Adefemi is currently in class? So don't lose the attendance marks. It's just 10 marks, free 10 marks if you attend classes punctually. Get 10 marks, but if otherwise you don't come in as required, don't log in as required with the appropriate full name, you'll be losing some marks on that. And so that's why it's very important that you log in your full name in class. Internship, because I also need to share more insight about this. In the course of this program over the years, we've had people who are trying to transit from one career to another career, from one career to facilities management. So this internship program is usually recommended for those who are trying to transit from another career to facilities management. We have lawyers who have done this training in the past. We've had anatomists who have done this training in the past. So when you come to a program like this, you'll be trained properly on everything you need to know about facilities management, but there's need for you to be able to practicalize some of these things in real life and cases before you're ready for the job. So we usually recommend this internship program for people who are specifically new to FM. So if you're already working as a facility manager, you may not need an internship. But for those who are unemployed, people who have come to this training, we recommend internship for them. That's if they are solely new to FM. So the reason for this FM internship is that it gives them that hands-on skills as facility managers. And during this internship, they'll be able to carry out the 6 project topics we have mentioned earlier. And during this process, usually 3 to 6 months, but 6 months the more advisable one, so that you're properly equipped with the right information and practical experience to be able to proceed whenever comes in.
So let me jump in there for a second, the Barakat. So the project has 6 of them. You can get all projects done in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, or 6 months. You have the highest number of 6 months to complete your 6 projects. The internship is a 6 months program for those who are looking to transition into FM or looking for a practical experience to add to their CV. This training is going to give you all the skills, but you also need to have some experience on your CV when you are going into a new profession. That's why we have the internship. And the way it works is that you find some companies, at least 3 companies, recommend those 3 companies yourself. We'll give you letters to take to them, and then we also market you to the companies in our network. In fact, in many instances, before you even finish, companies are already lining up to receive you for internship interviews. So that's something that we've been doing so well. In times past, we used to do a lot of work to get the companies to get them to accept our interns. But now they virtually are lining up, so our interns get picked up as quickly as possible. But then companies want certain characters in their midst, right? So if you don't demonstrate that you have learned well, that you have the right behavioral traits to be in their environment, they probably will still not take you. So while we train you all the skills that you need in facility management, you also need to be comported yourself and be ready to work in the corporate environment, because not everybody seems to be ready for this in the workplace. Secondly, when you are going for internship, the expectation is that it's still part of your training. So if you run a class for 3 months, you do your exams and we get you a placement and you're going for that internship, it is part of your training. You're not going to start telling them, oh, you have to give me so much and so much, because that defies the whole essence of an internship. Is what they have as allowance for interns that you will take, and you will take it as if it's $1 million. And do your internship with all the commitment to them as if they are paying you $1 million. That's the expectation we have of those who take on the internship option. Then in that 6 months of internship, your projects must be complete. You can't do a 6 months internship and be transitioning into full-time employment, or we send to another employer for full-time employment and you have not done the 6 projects. That would be a failing internship, okay? So you achieve 2 things with that internship. You work for the organization, you show what you've been trained, what you're made up of, until you complete your project to qualify for your FM diploma. Please go on, Baraka. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that. I think Engineer Kolapo is now on the call. I think I'll just want to ask introduction.
Okay.
Engineer Kolapo, are you there? Please, over to you, sir.
Yes.
You need to see your video on. Your video is not on yet, Kolapo. You can use a virtual background, but the student needs to see your face. There's no introduction without video.
Okay. I'm in my room though. Okay.
Just find a blank wall. Thank you. Fantastic.
Everyone,
yes.
Can you see me?
See the fine boy. Yes. Please continue. That is network. You're having network issues there.
Kolapo Bolade.
Okay.
I'll be handling. Oh, really? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it better?
Better. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I said my name is Engineer Kolapo Bolade, and I'll be taking you on health and safety, fire safety management, and of course emergency preparedness and business continuity modules in the course of this diploma course. Okay, I'm a current registered mechanical engineer, and I'm also a licensed health and safety and of course environmental management specialist in Nigeria. I'm currently on a full-time. I work as engineering and sustainability project manager for British American Tobacco, BAT. I'm actually in the Badon factory. Okay, so
Okay, Engineer Kolapo, I think you can stop your video. Maybe you can get it better.
Yes, I have stopped this video. I have stopped the video so you can get better for the audio.
Hello, Engineer Kolapo.
Yes, guys, just give a minute. Let Kolapo get back on. Kolapo, please stop your video and use only the audio. Your audio was bad because the network was poor from your end. Stop your video now so the audio can be better. I'm trying to stop the video from here. It's not It's not responding. Hold on, Godwin. Amuzu, you will soon get back, Engineer Kolapo. The network in some regions are not as good as others. Aha. So Adora writes testifying that the Ibadan network is not very good. Okay. All right, so we'll just keep an eye for Engineer Kolapo when he comes back in. Since we know what he looks like now, we'll allow him to speak without video. But go on, Barakat.
Yes, sir. I think much has been said regarding the internship already. So I'll just move on to the next one, which is just grading. The grading is not to scare you, but just to let you have insight on what you have to expect in the course of this program. Like I mentioned earlier, that you need to be fully actively participating in the course of this program. So the grading is on a point-based system of 200 marks. Attendance carries 10 marks. So if you attend classes punctually, you can get this 10 marks free of charge, freely like that. Then the assignment and assessment carries 30 marks. Also emphasize on the importance of the assignment in the course program. For each of the course modules, assessment have been outlined for them. I'll show you as we progress in this session how you can always get access to your assessment. Examination also carries 60%. It's weighted 60% over 100. So when you add this up, you have an aggregate, I think, total of 100. That's not the overall aggregate, right? But the grading is on the 200 marks. So the next 100 is allocated to the project. Sorry. The next. Ralph, I think that's Ralph. Okay, so the grading is on a point-based system of 200 marks. Mr. Raphael, can you mute your mic? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Please,
Yeah,
me.
I'm having some.
All right, go ahead. He's muted now.
Okay, so like I said, that the grading is on a point-based system of 200. Very first 100 is order. Attendance carries 10 marks. Assessment and assignment 30 marks. Examination 60 marks. Then the next 100 is assigned to the project. And in this order, each of these project topics have been assigned scored. So your asset register basically carries 15%, FCA 25%. HSC 10%. All of this will be taught in the course of this program, but just wanted to have an overview of what's ahead of you so that you say, oh, I'm not informed, I didn't know about this. You need to be informed now so that you can prepare adequately for it. Okay, certificate requirements, we mentioned earlier that the 4 key criteria for it, but there are also certificate categories in the course of this program. So if you do well, if you put in your best, it's possible that you actually earn a facility management diploma certificate with distinction, emphasis on the distinction. And you're not within the distinction line, you can also fall in the merit and then the pass. But usually I encourage students to aim for the best. When you aim for the best, if you're not even there, you can always fall in between merits. But when you start aiming for merit, if you're not careful, you just find yourself in the pass category. The pass is really not so good, but if you put in all your efforts, you attend your classes punctually, you do your assessment regularly as at when due, and you also do the project and your what's it called, the exam. Can assure you that you can earn the diploma distinction. Also need to emphasize on the assessment and assignments. In the course of this program, like I mentioned earlier, that assessments has been specified for all the 30 course modules, and submission requirements for this assessment is on or before the next class. So if, for instance, I'm in the virtual class classes hold on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So for the very first class, our very first class, maybe FM Foundation, on Monday was held on Monday. We expect that by standard policy to submit the FM Foundation assessment or not before the next class on Wednesday. That order, order for every assessment. Reason being that we don't want you to pile up your assessment. We understand that you're working, you have some other commitments. Just sorry, somebody saying something.
Yes, so some hands are up. If you can put your questions on the chat while she's still running through this, it will be helpful. I can answer your questions in the chat while Barakat is continuing, but we'll have time to voice out questions later if you don't have an answer yet in the chat, okay? Go on, Barakat, please.
Okay, yes, so like I said, the assessments, standard policy for you for submission of every assessment is that on or before the next class. So if, for instance, I'm in the virtual class, the class was held on Monday, we expect that by under normal circumstances, we submit the assessment before Wednesday. Reason being that you need to keep up with this pace. If you are not careful, if you are saying, oh, I want to, don't even procrastinate when it comes to this program. I always want to recommend that to students. Don't procrastinate. Do what is right at the right time. You understand that might be a lot tasking, but trust me, whatever effort you put into it, you get the reward at the end. This is a training you get maximum return on investment to. So you're not just, just take your mind off it if you have that kind of mindset. This is a training that you even before you complete the program, you start seeing the positive changes in yourself. Before you might go, please stay mute. Okay, so this is the program that you need to put in order to so that you see your results. Like the popular adage says, lay your best rely on it. So, but we understand these challenges you might be facing, but still we want you to give in your best when you come from this program. For the distinction certificates, there are criteria as well. You must have passed your exam with 25 out of 300 questions. You must have submitted your assessment and met at least 75%. Your attendance must have been 7.5 over 10. And students as well must have scored 75% of their total projects. These are things you can even get when you do the right thing. So the training department will be available for you. If you have at any point in time, you have any inquiries, questions relating to them, we'll be there to support you, to provide you that guidance to ensure that you have a smooth training process with us. Also for the merit certificates, the criteria that's also been
Don't bother to describe how to qualify for merit. Just move on, Barakat. You've done enough to explain how we qualify for distinction. If you shoot for the stars, then you probably will catch the moon. So no need to explain what you start fighting for in merit.
Okay, sir. All right. Okay. So also, I also need to just emphasize this for some maybe MDs and CEOs that are on this call, because in the past we've had managing directors who are and they'll say, oh no, I'm not really after certificates, I'm just here for the knowledge. So it's fine. In cases like that, we've not had people, students of over 60 years who have taken this trade, and they'll tell you, you know, at this stage, I'm not really after the certificate, I just want the knowledge, I want the experience. So in that case, there are some sessions that might be given to you. So some people might say, okay, I don't want to do the project, certificate of training can be issued. And there are also criteria for each of these certificates. For certificate of training, student might decide not to do the project. Say, you know what, I don't want to do the project, I just want the certificate of training. So in that case, we'll also issue that. But for everyone who aims to get the facility management diploma credential, project, the 4 key criteria I've mentioned earlier are things we need to work up to. Okay, so also need to emphasize on this for participants who did not complete the program within 24 months from the date of registration, which is 2 years, and they'll be delisted. So at any point in time you have any challenge or concern, please always feel free to reach out to the training department. We need to assist you this solution. Okay, so also need to just take us through the graduation and induction to the FM alumni board. So for the graduation, before meeting all of this with these criteria, students will be conferred with the FMD credential. And that means you must have actually met all of the criteria we mentioned earlier for you to be able to qualify to say, oh, I'm graduating or I'm earning the FMD credential, or I even want to start adding the FMD as a suffix to my name. So usually, the graduation fee is 30,000 naira, of which students will be mandated to pay to cover for the cost of the graduation and reduction of the yearbook. So usually there's going to be a yearbook for students which will cover some highlights during the program, just for purpose of reference. Yeah, we also serve as reference for every participant who have come across this training. We also want to emphasize on alumni registration fee, because like the MD mentioned earlier, that this training is not just going to stop after 3, 6, or 9 months or after a year. It's a lifetime learning platform. You keep learning, and learning. So rest assured that you need to be committed to it. So just basically the alumni registration fee is just 20,000 naira, one-off payment, after which the annual membership is just 20,000. Reason being that we need to sustain the alumni body where we can have events, networking, mentorship programs, and even adding our own value facility management industry. So I think at this point, I think Engineer Kolako, can you take over the mic and go on to the session? Engineer Kolako, are you there? It's just a minute.
Barakat, we have a hand up. Edit, can you please ask your question quickly?
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. All right. Okay, I have a few questions here. And one of the questions I want to ask is that how much is this program? That's one. And two is this program internationally recognized? I'm sorry to ask that, but I just feel like
it's a good question. Go ahead. It's a good question.
I need to ask: is it internationally recognized?
Yeah.
And is it affiliated to any school? You understand? So these are the things I want to know. Or does it have a body affiliated to here in Nigeria or something? I just wanted to get some of these information. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
thank you. Thank you very much, Edith. First, the cost of the training is 600,000 for the physical class. You attend classes on Saturdays 10 to 4, and you can attend the virtual classes, or 500,000 for the virtual class. Okay. There's an additional 15,000 registration fee that's not refundable that you pay for any of the options you pick. We have a 10% discount for those who pay up right now. So that means you can save about 50,000 or so, or 60,000, depending on which of the options you take. That's the first one. Secondly, you asked the question whether it's internationally recognized. Yes, 100% yes. We have people working who have left the shores of this country. More than 50 of our graduates are working abroad, and their employers and further education they've applied to have come back to get a freeze from us to verify what they have been trained for, and our credentials are highly recognized. Thirdly, this is a purely Max-Migold creation. We're not pretending to be affiliated to any organization. We can't be affiliated to an organization that doesn't know what we are doing. We are the experts in facility management. We created this from scratch, and we have built about 1,000 people who are soaring in their profession through this. That's the testimonial or testament we have of credibility. So we're not affiliated to any organization. In fact, other organizations want to affiliate with us when they want to do facility management, because we are just there when it comes to FM and training in Africa. Does that answer your question, Edith?
Very well, very well. Thank you.
Thank you. Adora.
Sir, sorry, sir. I don't know if I can come in here. Engineer Kolapo is on the call. We just wanted to
Okay.
wrap the
Okay.
introduction.
Kolapo, please go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you see me?
Yes, we hear you now. We hear you now. Good. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So like I was saying, I will be leading the class on health and safety module, then the fire safety module, and of course, the emergency preparedness and business continuity. I've been doing this with Max-Migold. I think this is the 6th year since 2018. Okay. So we've got some great learnings among the past or around the past classes that has been taken. Okay. And to give you some level of comfort, I've been into health and safety practice since 2009. That's about for 15 years now. All right. And expert, for also certificate from I. Since then, I've been practicing again as I was the PwC covering West to dissect what it really means, to run a sustainable business and not just around the health and safety module, but of course around you may be interested, or you may be interested to know that I also work for the national environmental standard and regulatory agency in Nigeria, and that also has given us some exposure to be able to let you know as FM, what and what required in the industry. My audio is poor. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Somebody's asking if my audio won't be like this, in the course of the virtual class.
Good question.
The answer is no, because I'll actually be in the office. You to these classes. So welcome to class. Yeah, I was welcome to experience in health and safety in management. Okay. Just relax. In terms of qualification, it's just coming from my hand. I think you're in a very safe space, in a very all right, and worth quality knowledge transfer, all right, the industry. So let me summarize by saying over 150 years experience. You will get the best and become the best after your time, your period with us in the course of the next 3 months. Thank you, guys, and welcome to class.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.
Barakat, can we take Adora's questioning?
Yes, please.
All right.
Sorry, Adora, I can't hear you. Please, can you mute?
Okay, can you hear me now? Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Good evening, everyone. My question is concerning the 6 months internship training. What about those who are working already, who already have a job? Does it mean we have to leave our jobs?
You don't have to. No, you don't have to. If you already have a job, you don't need to do the internship. The internship is just to get somebody into a job, right? Now,
Okay.
if you have a job that you want to leave and transition into facility management, then you will leave the job when you get internship opportunity, because this is the time for you to get a practical experience that will get your foot in the door into FM, right? So it is that point when you will stop working and take up an internship when you get internship opportunity. But I raised the point earlier on that internship is not a paid job, which means that you are extending your training by 6 months. It means you should be able to care for yourself while you are being trained. So if you were working and earning a certain amount and you want to stop at a certain point when the internship opportunity comes, it means you've saved up what it takes to continue your training for 6 months, so that you're not going to go there and tell them, hey, how much you are giving me is not enough for my transport or not enough for my feeding and the rest expenses. They are not supposed to pay your expenses. They're supposed to give you an opportunity to earn an experience, okay? So that's an internship. But for those who are already working and don't intend to leave their job, there are 2 routes for you. If your job is not an FM job and you want to retain that company, you just go to your HRO and discuss a transition within the organization, right? And then for you who are already working in FM, you already, you want a raise, you want a new job in another organization, that's a different ballgame. But in terms of how the project is done, if you work in any position in any organization, whether you're an accountant, a lawyer, a procurement person, or whatever, you've done this course, you are seeing that organization any salary, use their facilities for your projects. Use your head office, for example. Get your HR or your facility management team to understand that you are going to deliver these 6 outputs that we are taking you through, so that you can deliver it to them as an input of value you are adding to the organization while you're using to get your scores with us in the program, okay? So that's the way you can do it if you want to remain in your accounting job or your HRO job while you complete the FM diploma. Which means your transition might have to be sometime later for those in that category. Did I touch every part of your question, Adora?
Yes, thank you very much. Indirectly, I can't eat my cake and have it.
Exactly. All right, Emiko, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening,
Good
Mr.
evening.
Paul. Good
Welcome.
evening, Brother. So I have this question. I'm the guy that came to your office the other day. Because there will be a session with FM and FMMC, if you remember, Mr. Paul. So this question I have is I saw online that you guys are ISO certified. When I got to your
Come
office,
again.
I saw online that you guys have you are ISO certified.
Yes.
So yeah, then I did a request to see previous certificate, which I didn't see ISO in it. Although I was told that
Your audio is a bit poor. It's kind of husky. Can you, I'm barely hearing, as if you put some cloth in your mouth or what?
okay, can you hear me better now?
Okay.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so talking about ISO certification, when I was at your office, I saw a certificate that didn't have ISO in it. So I asked why, and I was told that the ISO just came up this year, and the certificate was December last year.
You
So
saw
I
which
saw
certificates? Come again.
I saw like a certificate sample that didn't have ISO in it,
Certificate sample of what?
of an FMMC graduate.
Okay, don't worry yourself about that. Even our free training certificate has ISO certificate stamp on it, so don't even make that an issue. Even the
Okay,
free
but
training we had 2 weeks
even
ago,
with
the certificate you get online has ISO on it.
okay, even with the Barker's presentation now, she didn't talk about ISO also. In that particular document, there was no ISO there.
Okay.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Okay, don't worry about that. We are ISO certified. Our ISO certificate will be dropped in your the class group right now, so that if it's a concern for you, yeah.
Okay, but it's gonna be going forward. It's gonna be on our certificate. We that are just
It's always been in the
starting
certificate. Maybe what you saw is a very old one. For the last 2 years, we've also always had our ISO stamp on our certificates, even the free ones.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Next question, please. That's I've heard Adora, I've heard Emiko. That means all questions are taken. Barakat, over to you. Thank you so much.
right, thank you very much, sir. So I think we just have 5 minutes to 7 o'clock. So I just want to take us through the learning management system portal. As part of your onboarding documentation, you'll be required to send your non-disclosure agreement form, submit your CV, and as well a digital passport of yourself for proper documentation. Only those who have fulfilled these requirements would be able to have access to the learning management portal. So basically what the learning management portal does for you is that it's going to give you access to all the resources, the learning resources you'll be needing in the course of this program, to allow you to submit, your assessments, give feedbacks on each class sessions. This is the same portal that will allow you to take the exam where you submit your project. Basically everything will be relating with this learning management portal. So that's why we need to take you through a step-by-step guide on how to access it. Majority of us have already started creating their profile as instructed, and access have been granted as required as well. So I just want to take us through how you can access it. The URL link has been sent to us as well. That's the portal, the facility management course. Once you click on it, it brings you to this site. This is what you see. This is the interface. We have over thousands of courses on this learning management portal. But for this program, what you're basically going to be concerned with is the facilities management Mastercraft. So just once you're on the interface here, just scroll down. Somebody saying something. Just navigate to find the facility management Mastercraft diploma course. So once you click it, okay, I'm already logged in. That's why. Let me log out. Let me log out so that I show you how you can log in. Okay. So once you click on the facilities management Mastercraft diploma, click continue. So I want to log in. Name is Barakat. So ensure that whatever username you've created is what you are using to sign in, and the password as well. This is very case sensitive. So if you are using lowercase or uppercase for your password, please ensure that it's in that same format you are entering it. And then please say. So I'm going to put in my password here. So ensure your password. You've been asked to create this profile yourself so that you'll be able to remember your password for subsequent login. So I'm in as Barakat. This is Barakat. For every verified student or for every eligible student, you get access. Once you click on the facilities management Mastercraft course, this is the interface you get to see. And this, like I said earlier, that is going to give you access to basically everything you've been needing, because all the resources you need, this is where you get it from. So very important that you submit your body documentation immediately. So it's long overdue. Ensure you submit it immediately, and so that you can immediately also have access to the learning management portal. So basically, this is what you have when you come to when you're logged in with your credentials. This is what you have. For every of the course modules, starting with the FM Foundation lecture, you can see it here. All the course modules, the course materials are being logical aligned. That order that will be having classes. For our very first class, which is FM Foundation, there are usually 4 icons beneath the FM Foundation course. The blue icon signifies the lecture notes. Please, for people who work with colors, the blue signifies for the lecture notes. The pink allows you to upload your assessments, while this green allows you to give feedback on the class sessions. Then just after that, you have the video recordings for each of the class sessions. So you always have access to every class video recordings for those who are eligible and qualified to have it. So, for instance, if you want to download the lecture notes for FM Foundation, you click on the blue icon. Basically, this pops up. That download to see. Okay, so this is what you have. You can always download it if you want. Just click here, save, and save it into your draft. Okay. But what I want to emphasize now is that on the last page of the course material, you will always find the assessment there. Like I said earlier, that for all the 30 course modules you're going, the assessments that have been specified for each of the course module. And you also saw the relevance of this assessment in your overall aggregate score. About 30% allocated to your assessment. So if you do your assessment appropriately, rest assured that you just get 50% of your 100 batch from it. So this is where the assessment comes in. So what you're expected to do here is that you do it online, soft copy, just transfer all of these questions into a Word document format and attempt each question just below. So for first question 1 here that says what is facility management, beneath it and put the answers for each in that order like that in the Word document format. And when you are done with it, you need to save it as your name and the course title. Very important. You need to be able to name your document properly. You don't want to see documents without no name, no traces at all. Without cases where people just submit assessment without traces of who owns it, not even a single name or a means of identity to be able to say this is the student and assessment. So for every of your assessment, ensure that at the end of the day, you save it when you are done with your MS Word, your Ctrl S, and you save it as your name. So if your name is Adeobi, you save it as Adeobi and the course title, Adeobi FM Foundation Assessment. Convert to PDF file. You need to convert to the PDF file when you're submitting. So when you're done with that format, what you need to do is just go back to the assessment tab that allows you to upload your assessments. Okay. So when you come to settings, okay. I think I have the admin rights here, but you can always add submission here. So when you come here, you click on the pink icon, that pink icon for assessment. If you have saved your files appropriately, you can always click on these files. You need to choose the file you want. So you choose the file you want. For instance, I have whatever file I've saved, Barakat's Human Assessment. I come, then I upload. Click on open, then you upload this file. Once you upload the file, that's so simple about that. That's assessment. For the survey form, it's very important that you also give feedbacks for each of the lectures you're having. Reason being that you need to improve some areas, and if there are any areas you have highlighted or you have observed in the course of the training, please always give feedbacks after each class sessions. This platform, this LMS portal will also track and monitor your progress in training. Right now, for everyone who is enrolled, your progress should be at 0 or 1%. So, but as you engage with this portal, your progress will increase. At the end of the day, you'll be able to see that you've attained 100% progress, meaning that you have really attempted or aspired for the portal. I think that's that about that. If you have any other question, so it is the same order you do for each of the course modules. So that's yesterday when you're submitting your assessments, and ensure that you don't pile up your assessments. Assessments are due before the next class. So just 3 times in a week, ensure you dedicate time or allocate time for the class sessions.
Let me just add the chip in there, Baraka. Your assessments should be done the same day as the class. Class is 5 to 7. Immediately the class is over, you pull out your assessment and you do it immediately. Because it is due by the next class, which is Wednesday, does not mean that you carry it over to the next day or the day after. Most people who do that, they end up missing the submission of their assessment. And each of these courses we are doing one by one have their open dates. They will be opened according to the progress we are making along the line. So if you are supposed to have made a certain progress with your assessment and you've not done it, that particular portal, that assessment portal will be grayed out. It will be locked. You would have missed the window for doing it. So don't take it for granted. This is not a system where we will get to the end and start finding out that you've not done much or you've not done anything all through. It has to be structured and disciplined all through. The other point I want to highlight is the fact that we expect you to give us a feedback for every class. So The course will not be complete unless you have completed that survey, that feedback survey. So to submit your assessment, click on the feedback survey and give your feedback about the course, the content, the lecturer, the platform, and everything that we're doing, the organization of the class. Give your feedback about them on that feedback form so we can get improvement ideas to improve the program. Thank you so much. All right, Baraka, I think that's all. You want to wrap up?
Yes, I don't know, there's still any other question that you can.
So this is what I'll ask you to do for all those of you who are already in the class. Please, in your group, right now, in this evening, write your name, your full name, where you work, right? Your role there, how many years you've had working in the built environment. 4 things, so that everybody else can meet you in class. Your full name, where you work, your role there, and how many years experience you have. Okay, let's add our background. So what we studied, I studied architecture. Somebody studied chemistry here before. Somebody studied petroleum engineering and so on and so forth. So those are 5 things. Please pen down those 5 items and put them in the WhatsApp platform for the class this night so that we can all get to meet ourselves as part of our introduction. And thank you so much, Barakat, for this amazing orientation. I know that your work for this class is just got started. I want to especially thank you again for how you've been handling the classes from batch to batch. I was impressed by the feedback from the last class about your management skills. And so I would like to assure this class that they're in good hands with Barakat Suleiman at the helm of the training department. So welcome on board. Ask all your questions. You will have all resolutions. Be on the group. And if you really want to chat me personally on WhatsApp, I'm available. If you can take down the number 0802 2020122, 0802 2020122. You can chat me, give me your full name, and tell me what question you have that you think I would be the only person that can intervene. If it's the one that you should have taken to Barakat, I'll just tell you to go back to training and they'll deal with it, okay? So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I look forward to seeing you in classes again. Let me give you the number again one more time. 080-220-20122. I'm writing it in the chat now so I can give you a little time to capture it. 080-220-20122. That's Paul Erubami, my official number. That's our business number actually that I'm handling. Okay.
Okay, sir. I think there's still some questions in the chat box. Someone is asking, please, I need the WhatsApp link. The WhatsApp
WhatsApp for the class.
Yes, it's only for those who have enrolled.
Yes, if you want to be in the class, please pay your tuition. Yeah, go to promote.facilitators.com. Finish your registration and pay. And then send your evidence of payment to training@Max-Migold.com and you will be added to the class, okay? So that's the email, training@Max-Migold.com. So please do that tonight and you'll be in the class by tomorrow, okay? Yes, Isaac, I know you're already enrolled. Congratulations. All right, so any other question on the charts that we have missed? Student added on WhatsApp,
Sorry.
blah, blah, blah. Okay, somebody who have the wrong number on his registration and wants to use a proper number for the WhatsApp, kindly send an email to training@maxmigold.com. I've dropped the training email there so that you can tell them I used this phone number before. I want to use this phone number to be on the WhatsApp chat, okay? The first session of this class, the main FM introduction will start on Wednesday. I'll be taking that class and I want you all to be there. Don't miss it. The FM Foundation is a very important class to start with. So if you're thinking of joining later in the month or later in the week, I'll expect to do that now so you can be in the Wednesday's class, okay? Congratulations, everyone who are already on board. We expect others to join before Wednesday. On the class for Wednesday, it's not going to be open. It's going to be only those properly enrolled and have done their onboarding documentation. You signed the NDA, you sent your CV, you sent your photograph, you filled your membership student data form. You'll be allowed into class on Wednesday and you'll be set up on the LMS, okay? Thank you so much, everyone. Is somebody asking for my number again? I gave you the number before, 080-220-20122. It's still on the chat now. If you're still there, check it out and chat me up if you need to. All right? Bye, everyone. Thank you, Baraka. Thank you, everyone in the Max-Migold training team. And thank you, everyone from Max-Migold who are here. You all have been amazing. And thank you all for registering and joining this program.
Thank you.
So tell your friends that admission is still on. We're enrolled till the end of the month. Whoever has missed the first class or second class can still join. All of them will be recorded. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah.
Good